recording. Okay, so 5 minutes, everybody. So we just finished the calculation, and Daniel, and yeah, so the people who has finished, don't worry about it, just send it to me done. And the one who's not finished, please calculate how many questions you did and send it to me as well, okay? So everybody, you are going to be a little bit impressed because these numbers is a big, right? Compared with the before. But we still have a lot of students doing really good. Okay, so the practice is the only way you can get your math better, correct, Jasper? You have to say that though you're not finished today, but the things compared with the first day, you already improved a lot, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. So altogether, there are all 50 questions. So you can just easily count in how many questions you didn't do and use my 50 minus it. That will be quicker. Correct, everybody? Okay, so boys and girls, we're going to learn something is very good. Okay, so today we're going to learn something is called a power. Okay, so Emma, I would like you to ask you a very simple question. What does a power mean? So power is something like the little thingy on top of the numbers. Okay, correct, everybody? So for instance, let me just share the screen with you. So many mathematical situations require multiplying a number by itself repeatedly. For instance, we can do 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times a lot of times, right? Writing these expressions as exponential form provides an efficient method for representing the repeated multiplication of the same factor. The expression 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 equals 10 to the power 4 is read 10 to the 4th power. We call the number 4 an exponent, and we say the number 10 is base. An expression for a power is called exponential notation. Okay, so Daniel, I'm going to, where's Jasper go? He dropped? Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So Daniel, I give you a 1, so can you read this one for me?
4 to the power of 12.
4 to the 12th power, or the power of 12. Very good. Okay, 2 ways. Very good. Okay, Emma, I give you another one. So how to read this one?
Half to the power of 4.
Half to the power of 4. Very good. And now the last one, Michael, can you tell me how to read this one?
4 to the power of 8.
4 to the power 8. Very good. Okay. So now I want all of you just to look at the question. You just read it. This exponential notation. You just read it. So please explain it to me. What does each of them represent? Okay, so Michael, can you explain it to me? What is 4 to the power 8? Or we say 4 to the 8th power. What does it mean?
That means
4
times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4.
For how many times?
8 times.
Very good. 8 times. Good job. Okay, Emma, could you please explain it to me? Half to the 4th power means what?
The half times itself 4 times.
The half times itself, or 4 times. Very good. Okay, last but not least, Daniel, can you tell me 4 to the 12th power means what?
4 times itself by 12. 12 times.
4 times 12. Correct. Very good. Okay, good job.
Oh.
So now let's take a look at the next one. The product of negative number. So if we have a negative number times itself for so many times, Emma, it's the same thing or not the same thing?
I'm guessing not the same thing.
It's the same thing by the rating. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, so for instance, if I have a -2 times -2 times -2 times -2 for 4 times, so how are we going to do it? Still going to be -2 power 4, but everybody, you have to bracket the -2. Get it, Daniel? Okay, so this is very important. Why? I'm going to show you, okay? Without the bracket and with the bracket, there will be the totally different answers. So let's take a look at this one, Michael. If we have -2 times -2 times -2 times -2, how many -2s are there? 4, right?
4,
So
yeah.
2 -2 times together equals what?
8.
Positive 4, right? And the last two -2 times together equals what?
Positive 4.
Positive 4. So
Yeah.
4 times 4 equals what?
16. Positive 16.
16. Get it, everybody? So let's take a look at this one. So if Emma forgot, put the bracket on the -2. So the answer will be -2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is -16. So you can see these two answers not the same at all. Understood, everybody? Okay, so if you have the negative, everybody, this is very important. You put a bracket on top of the negative numbers. Understand, everybody? Okay, so there's another thing very important, okay? If I have a -2 power 3, and if I -2 power 4, and I have a -2 power 11, and -2 power 12. So everybody, I want you to take a look at this one. So the first one is a negative number, negative base with the odd number of the power. And this one is a negative base with the even number of the power. So when you have the odd number as a power with a negative base, the answer is always negative. If you have the negative base with an even number of the power, the answer will be always positive. Why? Because if you have odd number of the negative number with all the paired negative, there's always one extra negative number there, correct? To make the whole product into the negative number. But with the even number of the negative base, so there's always paired. So every negative times negative lead to the what? Lead to the positive number. So that's why the answer is always positive. Understand, Jasper? Okay, good job. So -2 power 11 equals a negative number, and -2 power 12 must be a positive number. Get it, everybody?
Get it.
Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so when you see the power and you see the negative base, you need to just do using this one. Okay, so let's take a look at the 1 and the 0 as exponent. Okay, so 0 is something very different. Okay, so if you have 5 to the power 0, or 2 to the power 0, or 0.5 power 0, and 1/3 power 0, the answer is always the same as what? 1.
1.
But there's only one special case, is 0 and power 0 is not existing in this world. Okay, so that means if you have a power 0, so the base cannot be 0. Okay, everybody, if you want to take notes, that's the time. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. So there's already, we have learned the power 0, right? And there's always a power 1. So Emma, could you please tell me what does the power means? What is a 2 to the power 1?
2 times itself 1 time.
So basically, it's just the number itself. Get it? So if you have 4 to the power 1, it's 4, and 8 to the power 1 is 8. So this power 1 is actually something really, really easy to miss. Jasper, understand? So for instance, we have 3 times 3 squared. There actually means 3 to the power 1 times 3 to the power 2. Okay, so this part I want you to highlight it. Daniel, okay, especially for some boys, they're very, sometimes you say, huh, that's so easy, but then you make mistakes. Okay, so it's like if you have x squared, it's x times x. But if it is x itself, it means x1. So the power, if you don't see any power, the power is 1. Get it, everybody? Okay, so let's take a look at this one, okay? So we're going to quickly go through these questions. So second power, 2 to the squared, 2 to the 3, and this one's 2 to the 4, correct? So it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equals 16. If the base 3 is 3 squared equals 3 times 3 equals 9. Okay, base 4 is 4 squared equals 4 times 4 equals 16. And base 5 is 5 squared equals 5 times 5 equals 25, right? So you're going to do the third power and fourth power yourself as a homework. We're not going to do it at home. You're going to do it at home. So let's take a look at number 2, okay? So number 2 is something I want you to spend your time on top of it, okay? So 8 equals 2 to the power what? This question is pretty easy, Michael, right? So 8 equals 2 to the power 3. Right? A lot of students know how to do it just by looking. But if I give you a number like big, 625 equals 5 to the power what? So how are we going to do this one? So we're going to do using the short division level. So 625 divided by 5. They just want to know 625 equals how many 5s times together, correct, Emma? So all we need to do is find the factor of 625. How many 5 factors does 625 have? So just using 625 divided by 5 equals 1, 2, 5. And divided by another 5, 2, 5. Divided by another 5, 5. So the answer is 5 to the power 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 625 equals 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Get it? Okay, so now I want you to immediately do number B yourself. 81 equals 3 to the power what? Okay, I have received it, right? So 81 equals 27 divided by 3 equals 9 divided by 3 equals 3. So the answer is 3 to the power 4. Get it, everybody? So this is how you get it, okay? So we're not going to discuss it anymore because those are part of your homework. So let's take a look at number 3. So number 3 is something like circle positive or negative for the following values if A is bigger than 0. So that means A is a positive number, okay? So let's take a look at this one. This is very important, okay? If A is smaller than 0, everything will be negative. Will be the other way around, right? So before positive will be negative, before negative will be positive. So let's see if A is bigger than 0. So negative A, 30 equals what? So a lot of students said, hey, I got a teacher and she told me that if the power is even, then this whole number is positive. Did you see the bracket? No. If you have the bracket, this is positive. But this one is not bracketed. This said negative a power 30. That means a power 30. So remember you have that math, right? Right? So, sorry, math. That math, right? So bracket is first, then is explanation, right? So you need to see the power first. So it's negative a power 30 is a whole number, which is positive. So negative positive equals negative. Okay, next one, negative a bracket 30. Okay, so this time I can just positive it because you can see a negative number and the power is even number. So this one must be positive. And this one is again negative. I don't care about the negative or even or odd for the power because a is positive. So a25 must be positive and negative a positive number must be negative. And this time is negative as well because this is a negative numbers 25 power, which is an odd number. So this whole number is negative. So negative a power even must be positive. Okay, everybody. So B, D, F, H, J, your turn. Okay, so I'm going to call each of your name and you're going to tell me, okay? So first one, Michael, can you tell me negative a power 30 is a positive or negative number?
Negative.
Very good. Number two, negative and negative 8 bracket 30. Emma? Emma, you didn't turn on the mic.
Negative.
Okay. So before it's negative, so it's negative as well. Good job. Okay, next one, number F, Daniel.
Negative.
Okay, it's negative. Good job. Number H, Jasper.
Negative.
Let's see. So negative 8 is a negative or positive? Jasper,
Wait, what?
can you hear me?
Yep.
Negative 8 is a positive or negative number?
Negative.
Okay, so negative number, power 25 is negative or positive?
Negative.
Okay, so negative number is positive or negative?
Positive.
Very good. Okay, so number J, Michael.
Negative.
Negative. So it's a negative's odd, so it's negative. Very good. Okay, understand it?
Because H is positive, shouldn't D also be positive? Because D has two negatives, so then two negatives should equals a positive.
No, but the power is even. This power is odd. So number D is like that. Number D is negative a power 30, right? So negative 8 power 30 is a negative
Positive.
number or positive number.
Positive.
Very good. So negative and positive meet equals negative.
Negative.
Get it? But this one, negative 25 is what? Negative 8 power 25 is a negative or positive?
Negative.
So negative mean negative equals positive.
Positive.
Get it?
Get it.
Okay, so let's take a look at this one, okay? So assume that A is bigger than 1 in order from least to the greatest. Arrange the following numbers, okay? So A is bigger than 1. Please put them into the order.